Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much to those of you who have been leaving little thank you messages with donations for the channel. I really wanted to express my gratitude. I was actually just going through my studio and I noticed the notifications, and it's actually something just recent that YouTube has enabled on certain channels, and so I just want to say thank you. And to those of you who have sent donations to my PayPal, to those of you who are supporting my readings on Wizio.com, I really appreciate you guys so much. And you know, my Patreon family, my mega crew, you guys know what's up. And to everybody here on YouTube just supporting my channel, your likes, your views, you know, the way you guys comment and share parts of your story with me, thank you. It means the world, and I appreciate you guys so much. All right, so I wanted to come on and just get into a reading about the divine masculines because, you know, there's this heaviness that I'm feeling, and I know that many of the divine feminines are choosing to move forward, and I feel like the masculines are in a space of like just being really distracted by the feminines moving forward, because with twin flames it's like an energy thing, right? When lessons are being learned or when tower moments are happening and your energy just feels off, it's like you're thinking about your twin flame, or you're just missing them, or you're feeling like something's going on with them. It's really, really distracting. And in this case, I feel like it's many of the divine masculines that are feeling distracted, wanting to check in on their divine feminines. But the thing about this time around is that I don't feel that many of them have access to you divine feminines. And this reading is not going to be for everybody. This particular group of feminines that I'm channeling for, a lot of you are really deep into your spiritual work. And many of you are maybe hermiting at this time, but while you're hermiting, you guys are working. You're starting to get a lot more creative ideas coming towards you, stuff that's trying to keep you busy right now. A lot of you are getting spiritual downloads maybe without even realizing it. How you might know that that's happening to you is that you're feeling called to spend less time watching like TV or consuming content, and you're guided to just spend more time alone. And the reason being is because you find yourself constantly talking to yourself. Now, this might be telepathy with your twin flame. This might be having conversations with your guides or your ancestors. How you'll know that you're getting channeling from someone else, or it's guidance that's coming through. This might sound weird, but oftentimes you'll find that like you take on a different personality when you talk to yourself, or it might sound like it's a different accent. It might just have like a different attitude altogether, and you're just kind of having a conversation with this guide within you. So that's how guidance will come through. So that's where a lot of the divine feminines are in their headspace. So, you know, you guys can imagine how the divine masculines feel at this time. Like the image I get is like a lack of focus for the divine masculines. So scrolling aimlessly through social media, YouTube, Netflix, Facebook, like whatever they can get their hands on in terms of like consuming content just to distract themselves, so that way they don't have to be alone with their thoughts. So what the feminine's doing is she's purposely trying to be alone with her thoughts, and what the masculines are doing is trying to avoid being alone with their own thoughts, because I feel like when they are alone, it's like this anxious feeling of like something gone missing, you know. And the reason I say that this reading is not for everyone is because these divine feminines, like, I feel like you guys are in a place where you're spiritually awakening to the things around you. You guys want to be of service, of mission, rather than, again, spending hours at a time just scrolling through Instagram. Like, I feel many of you are really turned off by doing things like that. A lot of you don't even have time to be posting your life away on social media. You guys are just more focused on how do I use my skills, my spiritual gifts, things that I'm passionate about, my talents, in order to help other people. I feel a lot of feminines are trying to help younger women. I feel that a lot of divine feminines are using their abilities through tarot to uplift young women, share their experiences to make sure that we're not repeating past mistakes, or that we can just hear someone else's life experience through their readings or through the divine messages they receive in order to help uplift the collective. So if a lot of you are resonating with this, you know, definitely your divine masculines are shifting as well throughout this change that you're experiencing. Because what's going to happen is they're eventually going to get drained, tired, fatigued, and they're going to have no choice but to shut off the screen time, shut off distractions, and spend time with themselves. And they're going to be guided towards a lot of what it is they're meant to do here, or what the purpose is of connecting with this one person you just can't seem to get your mind off of. And they're going to be receiving help from their own ancestors and spirit guides. It's going to, the moment they feel the shift to step away from distractions and spend time with themselves, that's when they're going to start receiving messages in a clear, concise way from sources that they really, really trust. All right, so the same thing that happened to you guys, Divine Feminine, same thing's going to happen with the Divine Masculine. And I know that many of you are experiencing even deeper and deeper shifts on your twin flame journey. It's like the more time goes on, the more years go by. Yes, you guys might still be experiencing the whole push and pull, triggering each other, but each time it's like deeper lessons to be learned, more of your soul emptied out in front of each other through like purging and healing. So I just want to get into the masculine's energy a little bit and maybe share some support and let them know that they're not alone. The divine feminines feel you, of course, divine masculine, but they're also on like a part of their own individual mission in order to help themselves purge the exact type of feelings you're feeling right now. Like you just want to chase her, you want to know where she is, you want to talk to her, yet you don't know what to say. You want to express your love, but you don't know how to make it flow or come out. And that's why you need to spend time alone with your own, like, your own spiritual influences. Okay. So take a break from like the people that surround you who maybe don't understand the twin flame journey, and talk to God, talk to the universe, talk to your ancestors, and they will give you the clear answers. What else, divine masculines? I feel like you guys can help yourselves out of this distracted energy by trusting in the process, trusting in the journey, trusting your divine feminine, and wish her well. Like try to help yourself move away from energies like possessiveness, jealousy, thinking the worst type of thing. And, you know, focus in more on like getting exercise, drinking water, like slow down on like the drinking and like the smoking. If you guys are doing drugs and things like that, I can intuitively tell that you guys have been getting really clear messages to just stop. Like you know that this is probably a pattern that you have been guided to stop for some time now, because it's just not productive to the space that you need to get those clear messages about your direction. Okay. And that's where that lack of purpose channeling or channeled message came from, because I feel like along with being either intoxicated or just spaced out, that paired with just like aimlessly scrolling through social media and social programming is really going to make you feel like a fried egg. So get out there, go for a run. If you guys don't have a gym to go to, like whatever the case is, order some 20-pound weights off of Amazon and get up every morning and like, you know, do some weights, get your body moving, because it's not really about like, oh, I want to get fit and have this super hot body. No, it's like exercise is going to help your mood. It's going to help release good chemicals. That's going to get your mood feeling up to par so that you can get out of bed, you can go to work, you can take that overtime if you need to. You know, for many masculines, you guys are being called to just, you know, spend more time with like young men in your family, you know, but you can't get those messages if you're feeling like a fried egg on your couch. All right. So trust in the process, like, you know, stand on your own too and get out of that slump. Only you guys can pull yourselves out of it. All right. So what do the angels want you to know at this time, masculine? So we got the 10 of Pentacles coming up. So take steps to ensure financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. All right, so I feel like the 10 of Pentacles is coming up because maybe you might feel depressive thoughts coming through, divine masculine, about your money just not being where it needs to be right now. It's like this is where you want it to be, but the energies are heavy right now because you're feeling really distracted. I feel like this is where you need to be. This is where you want to be. But everything around you is just making you feel like the world is caving in on you. You know, it says take steps to ensure. So it's simple steps. Many of the divine masculines as well need to hear clear messages about taking control of your finances. So creating like a budget for yourself, knowing how much money you have coming in, saving some of your money as well as paying down on your debts. Because some of you guys that are in debt, you might think to yourself like, oh, I can't save, I should pay off all my debt. Like you should be saving something and putting something away, like at least have 6 months of your salary put away for like a rainy day type of thing, or so that you have the option of making a quick choice if you need to. And just get that stuff in order, because I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, that's weighing heavy on your mind. I feel like many of the divine masculines as well have kind of put their finances under a microscope, and they're starting to see where they're just being drained of resources. Like I feel like many masculines they make a lot of money, but they don't spend it on themselves. I feel like other people spend it, or they spend it on other people, and then at the end of the month they just kind of get this depressed energy when they start looking at like their bank statements and all of these things, and it's like, oh man, I really got to stop drinking because I really make some impulsive decisions when I'm intoxicated. So pay attention to that stuff, divine masculines, okay? Because I know that this 10 of autumn energy is really important for you guys. All right, so we got the Wheel card. We got the 8 of Pentacles. I'm tempted to keep these as well. Let's just see. So the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this goes hand in hand with the 10 of Pentacles here, okay? So this is, you know, the 8 of Pentacles represents like education, schooling, getting your resources in order. And sometimes you might have to pull yourself up out of an unhealthy place in order to start pursuing the things that you really want. Okay, because I feel like a lot of you are skilled at doing a lot of things. A lot of you were maybe once entrepreneurs, but you had to give up your passions because of certain circumstances, maybe with your family or your job, just needing to earn more finances. And so you kind of kick your passions to the curb. Get back into your hobbies. Do the necessary research. This is how you keep yourself busy and you stay away from certain vices. Replace it with helping yourself get educated so that you can start building this 10 of Pentacles here, because you're mirroring what your feminine is doing. I feel like this is the guidance that you're getting, divine masculine, because this is where your feminine is at. She's at that 10 of Pentacles energy right now, but what you're maybe sometimes not able to see is how hard she's working, right? It's like you don't have access to her. She's not on social media. A lot of the times it's because she's working, like she's using different apps to try to secure herself, right? She's not on social media trying to post pictures. She's not on there trying to like celebrity pictures and like see what the latest celebrity gossip is and you know, like this person's photo of their family on an apple farm. Like your divine feminine is in a place where she doesn't have time for that stuff. She's out there trying to be of service to other people. She's trying to build up her pentacles, trying to make her family secure, balancing her own divine masculine energy. And that's why I feel like you don't need to worry in a sense where you're racking your brains trying to figure out what she's doing. Pay attention to illusions also, because sometimes divine masculines, you guys are in karmic relationships where your karmic knows about the divine feminine and she's cool with that, and you're in an illusion where deep down inside you're not cool with her being cool that your heart and mind is somewhere else and she still stays, because now it's getting clear about why it is they're there. They're there for the money, they're there for the comfort of the house, they're there for the image, the status, the fact that they can tell their girlfriends, oh, I have a boyfriend, we live in an apartment, we do this, we do that. But when you guys are behind closed doors, it's like, you know, you guys are sleeping in different beds, sleeping in different rooms. Don't speak more than 100 words to each other after you get home from work, you know, and that's what people don't know. So, you know, a lot of you guys, again, like I'm getting a message to cut down on the vices that maybe make you feel intoxicated or that you can't make a clear decision. And that might be right down to weed. Because I know some of you guys probably out there smoking weed thinking that it just gets you into that frame of mind where you're able to just be at peace and make decisions. If you are going to smoke weed, make sure you do it at the end of the day when everything is done, you know, because it does affect your ability to think clearly and sometimes like speak up, you know, because I know some strains too will make you feel really mellow and you just kind of freeze up or things kind of go over your head. So make sure you guys are not doing that stuff in the day. Like make sure you can go to your appointments and job interviews and anything that you need to take care of where it's building up your resources and money. Make sure you guys are focused 100%. So replace smoking a joint in the morning with 100 jumping jacks and see what that does to your whole energy levels. Okay. I feel like the wheel card is making an appearance because things are definitely changing right now. I feel like the divine masculines are seeing maybe the tougher sides of this journey. A lot of the stuff that the divine feminine went through that made her unavailable. It was because she was busy working. Like this card is all about your finances increasing, unexpected things coming through, like things just going your way. And I think your divine feminine is sending this message to you, divine masculines, that you know, the minute you decide to take back control of your life, pay attention to the illusions that are happening around you. Don't be intoxicated around people that you don't really trust, okay? Because the minute you stop doing that and you stop being influenced by the wrong people, that's when all of the delays will be over. That's when you'll start manifesting things into your life. When you're not intoxicated, you're more in a state of mind to like sit down and manifest through prayer or through affirmations. And I know it sounds crazy at times, divine masculines, because you guys will come onto YouTube, listen to these types of readings, hear readers talking about like spiritual ascension, affirmations, all of this stuff, and you guys, there's something within you that gets a little bit triggered. Is that your trigger, or is that the influence of other people on you? So make sure you're paying attention to that. Like this says, this, I'm looking down and it's like, open your heart. Yeah, open your heart. Exactly. Okay. So open your heart to love. It says the beginning of a new intimate relationship. And I think that for a long time, masculines, this is something that's been on your mind heavy. You know that the only time that you feel this new beginning in love, or you feel at peace with the dove there. So the dove might be something significant in your life, divine masculine, or it might be like a totem. If you guys don't know what a totem is, it's basically an animal spirit that visits you or will send you messages that you need on a particular time on your journey. Do me a favor, go on Google and Google dove totem and see what messages that's bringing for you right now and how it lines up with what you guys might be going through. Because it says here, oh, that's beautiful. The beginning of a new intimate relationship, or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic ability or spiritual epiphanies. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, divine masculines. Once you guys are able to get into a clear space of mind, like I love the image here just because it screams like vital energy. Go near bodies of water also, or drink lots of water. Because what I'm getting to is like maybe you guys come home in the evenings and you're not even paying attention to your health. You know, you might spend like a good 12 to 14 hours at your job, and then you're coming home drinking beer till 9-10 o'clock at night, and then maybe you're not in a frame of mind to like eat good home cooked meals and stuff like that. So you're ordering takeout, and this is like a pattern that's taking a toll on your energy levels. So again, cut back on that stuff in order to feel this vital energy, because you know your divine feminine is part of the equation for a reason. And I feel many divine masculines are very much aware at this time that even the thought of their divine feminine feels like medicine. It's like, especially when she's not accessible, right? It's like it makes you go on to this, it pushes you onto the twin flame path the more your feminine becomes unavailable, because you feel the energy even more strongly. You feel the shifts happening within you. You start getting spiritual epiphanies when you start missing your feminine. And those epiphanies come from a place of like, I gotta get healthy. I gotta think clearly. I really need to figure out what's going on. So her energy is literally helping you to become, you know, this cleaner version of yourself, divine masculine. And you've helped her to do the same, okay? All right, so I'm going to move on to the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, okay? So it's time to start believing in yourself. Swords energy is all about thoughts, and the 8 and the 9 is like, you know what? Like, you got to keep on trucking. You're almost there to that new beginning, which is the 10. But you got to keep advancing. You have to keep a positive mindset. You got to stay hard. Divine Masculines, if you guys don't know who David Goggins is, he's one of my favorite motivational speakers. I love listening to interviews that he's done just about his life and how he's really helped to shift his perspective and his mindset. You know, do things like tune in. If you are going to watch YouTube or be on social media, things like that, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are like mentors, people who can really assist you in feeling inspired to continue to stay on the path that you want, which we know is this 10 of Pentacles coming through right here. Because I feel that many masculines, even though you're making a lot of money, it's still almost like the way you're living your life, or the lifestyle that you have, like, yes, to the outside world, it's a lot of money you're making, but the way you're spending that money, it's almost like you're living paycheck to paycheck anyway. And what I'm getting to is like, a lot of that is not your own spending, or it's not coming from your own decisions. So it's time to kind of get your confidence back and put your foot down and get rid of that lack energy, lack of focus, lack of resources, lack of finances, and start speaking up. You know, because fear, worst case scenarios, things like that are trying to cloud your headspace right now. And this here says unfounded fear, focusing on the worst case scenario. Okay. So it says allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So I feel like this energy, you only feel this energy when you're intoxicated. Okay. Or let's say you're smoking, or you're doing some type of drug that makes you like you get paranoid. You know, that's the problem right there. So if you cut out all of the vices again, you're going to be able to start thinking clearly. You're going to cut this 9 of Swords energy here, and you're just going to keep moving forward and advancing, because it's like the closer you get to the finish line, the more you feel like, can I really do this? You know, but you can have anything you want in this lifetime. You're a master manifester, and as fast as you're making that money, as fast as you're earning those resources, as fast as you're exploring your passions, start getting projects on the table. Start surrounding yourself again with like-minded people who are going to uplift you. And at this time, I feel that many of you who are tuned in, you guys already have an idea of people who are around you that don't mean you well, or you just feel unhealthy around, or there's something about their energy that makes you feel off, or they just rub you the wrong way. It's time to start speaking up and really taking control again of your life and putting yourself in a position to excel. That's all within your control, okay? So what I'm going to do is get a few messages about how the twin flames are feeling about each other romantically, because I feel that they're on each other's minds constantly. You know, it's like, what are they both going through when it comes to this twin flame connection right now? According to like the heart space, you know, despite everything, what are you both feeling on a soul level towards each other? And I want to pull this card. Oh, I can't ignore the Sun card. I want to pull this card just to, you know, let you guys know that these changes are necessary on the journey. And I think that this is why many people speak of like, oh, it's not just about the romance. Well, we know it's not about the romance, but you know, a lot of the times that's the Sun card, right? That's the icing on the cake. It's the thing that pushes us and keeps us going. And I know a lot of people refer to the Sun card as, you know, really the happiest card in the deck. But, you know, for me, in this reading, it represents complete clarity and trusting the universe and trusting your own intuition, because I feel like you both know it's a fruitful relationship with each other. You both know that you're not going to encounter anybody else here on earth that's your match, like your twin flame. And yes, through all of the Pentacles energy and the Wheel card, a lot of this stuff here coming up, because we have the Ace of Cups here, because you guys already know that this new beginning in love is everything you want. But a lot of the times we kind of have to go through this heavy stuff, right? The realizations and the spiritual epiphanies. But You know, the Devil card along with the Knight of Wands, I feel like many feminines need to know that, like, this is what your masculine is going through. He's working on getting rid of a lot of this energy. And you know, the Devil energy is like it's being chained to a certain lifestyle or a certain person, a certain atmosphere, a certain environment. It's like feeling really chained to that and feeling like, how do I get out? Maybe even feeling chained to the feeling of like fear, you know, and fear is no way to live. You know, being so caught up in the material world that it's like you don't have anything else to live for. You know, it's time to release those things. Your 10 of Pentacles should come through your passions in life and not just, you know, being dogged out by employers and having to take shit and having to work 10 times harder than you normally would just to try to earn a paycheck. You know, a lot of the divine masculines are being guided to change their course of action in order to really get to this place of the Sun card, enjoying your feminine. Many of you don't even feel confident right now to go towards like your true fulfillment, which is coming towards your feminine in a mature way, because you're still dealing with a lot of this Devil energy. And it's like every time you try to approach her, she can sense everything that's going on with you, divine masculines. She has dreams about certain events before they even happen. Like, you might pop up with certain situations and think that it's going to throw things off course. Your divine feminine already saw that coming as the High Priestess, you know. So it's like your karmic situations are aiming to provoke, you know. Sometimes you might catch yourself aiming to provoke, but it's like you're wasting time, you know. You know that your karmic situations are really obsessed about this whole twin flame dynamic that you're in, and that's because energy doesn't lie. Like, there's energy pulsating out of you, and that's screaming that it's like, hey, there's a lot more to this than your divine feminine. You and your people need to mind your own business about what the feminine is doing and let the wheel turn and experience some of this stuff for yourself. Because I guarantee you, when you start experiencing some of this stuff for yourself, the only place you're going to want to be is in that Ace of Cups energy, going towards whatever it is makes you feel fulfilled. You know, being rich is not only money, right? Being rich is having a counterpart that you can trust with your eyes closed. When you're sleeping in the bed, you can get rest. You don't have to sleep with one eye open. All right, I hope you guys found this reading well, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, hit me up on Wizio if you guys want to do a personal reading, and shout out to my mega crew over on Patreon, guys. Join me over on Patreon. I talk a little bit more about my own personal journey there, and there's tons of extra readings and stuff for you guys to get into if you're looking for guidance on the journey. All right, get rest, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.